Good afternoon, everybody. And how is everybody today? I'm just bringing the YouTube chat up. That's better. Thanks, everybody, for coming along on this Friday afternoon. I'll bring the guys in and see who. Oh, JP's just come in.
Hello.
Hi guys.
Hello. Well, I've seen as how you're here. Right, so today we've got Di from Making a Better Life. We've got JP Woodwork with a drink. And we've got Dale at Maple Tree Studios who is busy cleaning his brains out at the moment. So I'll
With a
pop you
drink?
guys back. No, trying to poke yourself in the eye from the inside.
Tissue Dale.
Right, you.
Right then, let's get on with this. Right, change camera. What I've got on the lathe today is a small piece of laburnum, which did have a branch.
Having my alarm to say you're live, Wayne.
Sorry?
Having
All
my
right,
alarm
okay.
to say you're live.
I'll not get that notification until about 2 o'clock. So it's had a small branch that's been chopped off and sort of grown over into some sort of knot. So we're going to get rid of that first. And I'm going to be making a small box today. So the piece is, let's see, it's 2 3/4 deep. It's about 4.5, or it'll end up about 4.5-ish. By the time I finish, there's just going to be a small box. I'm going to get this done, and then it might not take that long. But after I finish this, once Jane gets back from her lunch, because she's out lunching again, I'm going to pop up the deals for a couple hours. And I'm using my bowl gouge at the moment because of this branch, because obviously that's side grain rather than end grain. Oh, just pop that back a bit. There we go.
Would you like me to run through the people who's out in the chat?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, okay. Right, out in the chat we have Darren Callison, we have Wayne
Hello,
Woodturner,
Hello,
we
Wayne.
have Chris the Spinning Wood Dodger,
Roger.
we have Wayne's out there again, and Chris the Spinning Wood Dodger's out there again, and Darren Callison's out there again. And we have Doug Miller at Wood Swum Round, and we have Di Prout's out there. Di, what are you doing out there? We have Sid Repurposing's out there. And we have Malcolm Douglas is out there. And we keep going down, we have Robert Dolman is out there. And Robert Dolman and Sid Repurposing and Darren Callison are chatting amongst themselves along with Di Prout is out there still. And Patrick Hanley's out there. Trevor P. Hobby Turner's out there. Terry Bartlett's out there. Let's keep scrolling down. Lawrence is out there. I'm not even going to try and pronounce the last name. Boaja, is that right?
Bagasia.
Who?
Bagaja.
Lawrence.
Lawrence. Robert over at Hodgepodge Woodworks is out there.
Hey, Rob.
Bailey Woodworks is out there.
I think I saw Robert Robertson.
So Robert
Today,
Robertson. You saw Steve Ellis. You saw
I must have
Sid
missed this
Repurposing.
I must have missed this on my stream because I come in late.
He's coming late. He's been hanging
I
out.
come in late. Oh, yeah, I see Robbo there. Maple Tree Studios is there. I'm probably the wrong person to do this then because I come in late. Michael McEwen's there.
Copper Hour Wood Tunnel.
And yeah, I saw Copper
Hey,
Hour.
Rob. I think you've got most everyone. Eric Winkler.
Yeah. Darren says, caress that like button, folks.
Massage the subscribe button if you haven't already. And play naughtily with that notification bell.
Ooh.
Out in the chat, at top of the chat, we have a link to SK Crafts this evening. Battle of the Makers this evening. We have a link down in the description to buy Wayne a coffee, but it's really a wine. But buy him a coffee, but it's really a wine. And we also have a link to the virtual craft weekend. That'll take you into the top level of the site. Watch for the playlist being built out today. You'll be able to find it at www.virtuallycrafty.com as every particular craft festival. And what that'll do is it'll be a rolling playlist to make sure you don't miss anyone who's on the day.
Look, I actually came prepared today. If you want me to read out the people that are on today.
I think we should. Wayne, what do you think? Wayne, do you think we should read out who's on the crafter?
Yeah, he's away.
Go for it.
Let's do it. Right, so it starts off at 10 a.m. UK time with myself on my channel. And then from there it goes to Scott the Blue Light Tumbler, who keeps falling over. Then it goes to Sneaks Wall Art. Then it goes to Kez over at Spirit and Bear. Then it goes to Al's Hack Shack. And then Brian over at Heartwood Turning. Then it goes to Steve at SK Crafts. Then it goes to Nicole Duke, who is going to be joined by a lovely husband, Bobby Duke. And then it's going to be Andy Hill from AH Bespoke. And then we're going to be Tim from over at the Urban Forge, Mr. Wayne Wood Turner, Stace Makes. And then there's going to be some cooking by Franco, who's going to be joined by Mr. Chris Cute and Zach from ZH Fabrications. Then there's going to be Daryl over at Dreadnought Woodshop. Then there's going to be Jake doing some resin and resin accessories. And the show's going to be finished off with Mr. Cole Jacobson. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That piece of wood looks really interesting. Look at that.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Eye of Sauron.
Looks more like the Make a Monster is sort of peering at you from round the side of a wall.
Spot on, yeah. Or E.T. even.
Right, I'm just going to quickly sharpen my
Right, a few people have just jumped in the chat. We've got Felicity WT, Chris over at Bailey Woodworks, and Dave Gatton. There you go.
How you doing?
Good afternoon, everyone. Right, so I'm going to just part off between the lid and the bottom of this. That should be fine there. Might help I could find my thin parting tool. I'll use this one.
Go on, folks, if you like to win, then hit that thumbs up. Or hit that thumbs up right now if you want Di to tickle Jamie.
So I actually had a question for the chat, right? Like we normally do with Wayne's chat, right? The question is, if Drilly was to have vocal cords, what do you think the first thing he would say would be?
Surely it'd just be a chorus of "You spin me right round."
No. I can't say any of them. Nope, not one. None of them have come out. None of them. No. My Mr. Clasper, what a firm grip you have, might be one of them.
You're standing, man.
You know?
He squeezed me here.
He touched me right in the MOSFETs.
Hodgepodge says I need a screw. Michael McEwen says I'm so dizzy. Darren says Drilly would sound like Jimmy Carr.
Maybe more truth to that than meets the eye.
And Lily Box is looking like Uncle Ben. Terry Butler says I need a holiday. Nick the Flaming Turner's in.
Hey, Nick.
Hey, Nick.
Right, I'll just put a parting off mark on this, so I know where I'm going to part it off.
Mark the Gentleman Turner's in.
Hey, Mark.
Assuming he just got home from his apparent holiday. Did you see Country Wood Girls video today, Wayne?
Yeah, I watched it this morning and give a comment, and she actually did that really well, I thought.
Yeah, it come out real nice.
It's in my watch
So
list.
if anybody
later
hasn't
on,
seen that, Country Wood Girl put a video out this morning of doing the water drop effect bowl.
Come out real good.
Do you want us to drop a link for that, Wayne?
You can do, yeah. Well, there's no need to finish that off with a skew chisel, as I'm going to be returning it. All right, keep that to hand. Right, change camera. Right, so I'm just going to start cleaning this out now, getting the measurement done for fitting the lid on. Then I'll swap them over and get the lid turned. Then I'll put it all back together for finishing the lid off.
Mark's out in the chat claiming that he went to Northern Ireland. I don't believe it. I didn't see no pictures.
He was scared of putting the pictures up, Jamie, because you said you were going to edit yourself into them.
Oh, Peter Corcoran's in, hey, Pete.
Take the elbow stabber off.
Did you put a link there, Di? You just ripped Country Wood Girls water drop bowl.
Yeah, it was above.
Oh, I see, yeah. Chris Dodge says she was like a much, much, much younger Wayne and much better looking.
How to put a
We're
man
turning
down when
by
he's done his
Barry
life.
says, hi all, sorry I'm late. Radiotherapy session again.
Right, that's just about there.
Darren said he's going to go and watch after this. It's well worth a watch, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Darren says, Wayne is timeless. Time Lords don't age.
Yeah, that's fine. Grand.
And I've just come up with a segment Wayne could do in the thing we were discussing last night.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
This
I'll
doesn't
save
bode
that.
well.
I'll save that for Ron. Or for when the sun comes up, anyway.
Picture quality okay?
Yes, mate, yeah.
Fantastic.
Fred Gilliver's in. He says, hi, Wayne, earworms, and everyone else.
Hi,
Hey, Fred. But the bloody thing stuck again.
It's a wood turner's fit, mate. It's like a giant yo-yo. Rob CP is in.
Hey, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
Darren's asking Chris, we don't know what Wayne's TARDIS is shaped like. I can offer some views on it. Wayne's TARDIS is in fact shaped like a winery.
Yeah.
It looks like one of those big tanks that they do the wine mulching in. I don't know. I don't know how you make wine. I seem to remember involving peasants and sheep.
You buy a kit from Wilkinson.
There you go.
Your device will restart up to update you.
Peter saying I've been quiet. I'm having a few internet issues here today, young Peter. So it's kind of coming and going a little bit. So I'm just watching the connection come in and out. Wayne's TARDIS is, of course, the only TARDIS that's shavings powered. Not so much the Eye of Harmony, more Y-Eye.
Run on menthol. You could say it's mint.
Powered by Fanta, wine, and Rizzlers. Is that a cup tool, sir? Or is it a carbide?
That's the Simon Hope carbide, I think. I could be wrong.
Come on, folks, if you like what Wayne's doing, please, please, please hit that thumbs up. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and give that naughty notification bell a bit of a ring. At the top of in the description and at the top of the chat, we've got a link to SK Crafts. It's on this evening. I think it's Battle of the Makers tonight.
No, it's Battle of the Makers next week.
Battle of Makers next week. So it's Steve on himself. Go check him out.
Yeah.
You've got a link to Buy Me a Coffee, which is really buy Wayne a wine, but it's really buy me a coffees. But if you really appreciate what Wayne's doing and doing these lives, go on, buy the man a coffee to say thank you. Underneath that, we've got a link to this weekend's Virtual Craft Festival. That link takes us on the top of the chat and into the top of the channel, where you'll find the link to the relevant playlist. But if you want to check out the playlist on the day, it goes under HTTP www.virtuallycrafty.com, and I'll take you to the right playlist on the day. So please take a note of that and watch out for this weekend. Jamie, could you give us a rundown of who is on the Crafty this weekend?
I can. So the people on the Craft Festival today starts off with myself at 10 AM UK time. Then it goes over to Scott the Blue Light Tumbler. Then it goes on to Sneaks Wall Art, and then Kez over at Spirit and Bear, not Phil. Then it goes to Al from Al's Hack Shack, and then Brian over at Heartwood Turning. Then Steve from SK Crafts. Then Nicole Duke, who will be on with her husband Bobby Duke. But it'll be on Nicole's channel. Then Andy Hill from AH Bespoke. Then Tim Cunningham from the Urban Forge. Wayne the Woodturner. Then we've got Stace Makes. Then Franco Noche will be doing some cooking, and he'll be doing that with Mr. Chris Q and Zach from ZH Fabrications. Then we have Daryl from Dreadnought Woodshop. Oh, excuse me. Then we have Jake doing some resin casting and resin casting accessories. And then to round up the show, we have Mr. Cole Jacobson at 1 to 2 AM the following morning. David Woodley says, Mr. Star, what is Wayne making? He's making a box from Laburnum, David.
Oh, there's my small part tool.
There's your small parting tool there is, Wayne.
That's because I was using the small lathe the other day and I left it over there.
Paul Bolton's in. He says, afternoon all. We have 50 people watching, Wayne.
Excellent. Thanks, guys. give that a quick brush out. Sand and sealer. That's oh, wrong camera. That way.
Chestnut. Chestnut, sand and sailor, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Just wipe the excess off that.
That's what she said.
Exactly.
She was talking about a jam though, but hey.
But Benjamin says, is there anything more depressing than a non-runny soft-boiled egg? So Paul Bolton has suggested an egg timer turning project, Ben.
Mind you could have a runny hard-boiled egg.
Yeah, true. Darren says, yeah, there is, Ben. Put a hard-boiled egg in for a Caesar salad. Watch the waiters go off. Don't ask me how I know. Rob CP says, question please. Not a question, really just wanted to give a possible tip for UK people. TK Maxx sell olive wood rolling pins for £10. Advantage is the wood is dry and you can see the grain.
That's not a bad price for some olive. They're going to be, what, 1.5 inches, 2 inches diameter? Perfect for making boxes out of.
Yeah.
Wine bottle stoppers. All these types of things.
It's
Robbo said,
25 past
on,
1, young sir.
Grand, thank you.
Robbo said, Ben, yes, a hard-boiled egg that is soft in the centre, it makes a mess of your beard.
Do you know what I think is probably the most depressing thing in the world is going into the fridge and finding the ice cream tub, opening it and discovering that you'd forgotten you'd put it back in empty.
In hopes of not getting caught.
That's really depressing, that is.
No, I feel we're past that particular requirement, but it's much more a case of somehow you've been an autopilot and you put the empty one back in the fridge. That's pretty depressing.
And now I'm going to finish off with Hampshire Sheen microcrystalline wax.
Microcrystallino.
Copperhouse said, with 3 spoons in it.
Do you think there's a market for airbrushable wax?
Airbrushable wax. Now, there's a thought. It would have to be thinned down a hell of a lot.
Of course, it would have to be a multi. I mean, it's almost like a lacquer in some respect. But
I'm presuming Guy set out the chat because he's in the chat saying knock.
Who's there? Right.
Sorry about that, chaps.
Was that jazz hands, Guy?
Something like that, yeah.
Don't let me. Damn it, he's here.
No, I went to read your little chat about you having internet issues and I got booted out.
How?
And then I had to go through the dance of rebooting my phone a few times.
Oh, I've just...
Santa juggler.
We were only discussing this earlier, weren't we?
What, having the dropsy?
Yeah. 90% of the pieces I completely wreck are off the lathe at the point I wreck them.
90% of the pieces that Wayne wrecks is done by me off of the lathe.
Yeah. usually with a hammer.
80% of the vandalism in Wayne's workshop's done by Jamie.
Off of the lathe. Well, he wasn't going to join the funnel club on his own. I had to give him some assistance. Paul Bolton said, "Is this Wayne or SK I'm watching?" Robert Lapsley says, "Afternoon, folks.
Do we need to get a coin or something? Just in case. In case it goes careering through the bottom.
No, I'm just taking a wee bit out of this just to lighten it a little bit.
You still not decided what you're going to be doing tomorrow, Wayne?"
No.
Nah, nor me.
It'll be interesting though.
I'll probably decide on the morning.
I know what I'm doing. Earworm.
I know. Yeah.
We
Having
were knocking about
scones.
some interesting ideas earlier, weren't we, Wayne?
We were. I don't know if I'd get them done in an hour.
No,
So that'll be
a video maybe.
a video maybe, or maybe for a live if I do a Blue Pete piece.
Mm-hmm.
It's alright coming up with ideas, Di, but you got to be able to do them yourself. You know what I'm saying?
I'll have a pop at it.
Benjamin says, "Still not done his mushroom."
What mushroom?
No idea.
Well, this is just Yorkshire grit I'm using again.
With hands that feel pity, can be soft as your face. With light ground, Yorkshire gritty. Darren says, "Naughty Ben, I got mine into Steve a couple of hours ago. I presume you had to make a mushroom and send it into Steve."
Oh,
all right.
He's a fun guy.
Who's a fun guy?
Steve.
Any mushroomy folk.
I'm
Mr.
sick of
SK.
making mushrooms.
Darren says it's mushroom week / fortnight.
All right. I think I've done about 50 mushrooms in the past week or so. I'm sick of doing mushrooms.
Magic.
I was just gonna say, kind of thing. I mean, is it working out for you? I mean, are you still seeing flying cows, or I mean, pink
I'll
elephants?
tell you.
microdosing.
I'll tell you yesterday.
It's a kind of magic. Ash Bespoke said, Trippy.
Is Andy in? He must be.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Andy.
His mum and dad are heading down to Bournemouth now. They've popped in to say hello.
All right.
Ooh, hello.
Brought him some cake. Never gave me any cake though. I did remember that. You know. Watching you, son.
Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Bespoke.
I can report that Mr. and Mrs. Bespoke, of which Andy is one of the bespokes, are quite a nice couple, nice people, kind of thing.
Andy said he ate you a bit.
I'm sure you did. I'm gonna eat your pakora next Thursday.
Let it be known that you didn't eat his pie.
No,
Didn't open his drone either.
Didn't pee in his drone.
No.
Neither did Clive.
Honest.
Tip.
Oh.
We're in trouble. Something come along and it's burst our bubble.
You're at 135, sir.
Always forget which way to do this taping.
Sticky side down, mate.
I don't think this is going to work, tell you the truth. Oh, bugger it. Bugger it.
That's what she said.
Benjamin says, Wayne, what's the difference between a paste wax and a microcrystalline wax?
Oh.
And that. Oh.
Yeah.
Entertain us.
Wayne.
What'd you press, Wayne?
I think Wayne's dropped out there.
Sounds like he's
Two
gone.
syllables.
Sounds like.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Unfortunate. So,
He was like,
do
bugger
you want
the
to tell us
tape,
what we've got
bugger
to
the
look
rest
forward
of
to
it.
tomorrow whilst we're at it?
The Virtual Craft Festival, I suppose.
Oh.
So, look, I've got a couple of new people returning, which is going to be Stace, and we've got Bobby and Nicole and Bobby Duke. I don't want to say Bobby first because Nicole is going to be the star of the show. Bobby's just going to be sitting in the background and assisting. I believe it's Nicole's first live stream as well, so make sure you go over there and give us some support.
That should be good.
It's Sneak's official first live. Hello, Wayne. Welcome back.
Don't know
Wayne,
what
the
happened
timing
there.
for that. The timing for that was awesome. You went, oh, bugger it, and then you went off.
Don't know what happened there.
the hardware, the software went, right-o.
He's listening to us, we're telling you.
Let's just bring the...
I was reading off
YouTube
YouTube channels in the chat last night, and they kept coming up with people's suggested feeds. It's one way of slowing him down there, I suppose.
What's that? Disconnecting him.
Yeah. StreamYard's been helping us and listening to us. Let's go back to that Benjamin's question. Thanks for reminding us, Ben. Right, Wayne, what's the difference between a paste wax and a microcrystalline wax, and then something like wax 22?
Right, wax 22 is softer. They are all paste waxes. Microcrystalline wax, you can, it's a harder finish, so it doesn't show up finger marks, thumb marks, things like this very much. That's the main difference. You can actually put microcrystalline wax over the top of the likes of Wood Wax 22 or the Hampshire Sheen high gloss wax. You can put microcrystalline wax over the top of them.
Scott's in the chat.
The blue light faller overs in the chat. He says, afternoon all, watching from the polo field. Armadillos. I know that's Dime Bar, isn't it?
Yeah, crunchy on the outside, smooth on the inside. Armadillos.
Right, before I go any further, I just want to get that sanded and finished.
And he said, 2 armadillos. I used like wood turning, I do.
Armageddon.
Folks, remember, if you like the wings doing, go on, hit that thumbs up. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and give that notification bell a bit of a ring. Down in the description, you have a link to SK Crafts is on tonight. Make sure you go and check Steve out. Steve does amazing work, worth checking out. And we have a link to Buy Me a Coffee for Wayne, which is really buying him a wine, but it's buying him a coffee. If you'd like to say thank you for all the hard work and effort that he puts into doing these lives and help him get some extra funding to be able to improve more things like the video quality we see in front of us. Underneath that, we have a link to the Virtual Craft Festival. It's on this weekend, which Wayne's on to. Jamie, could I ask you to scamper through the list, please, for everyone watching?
Yes, of course. So at 10 a.m. UK time, which is 2 to 3 Pacific or 5 to 6 Eastern, it starts off over at, with me on my channel. That's JP Woodwork. For those in the unknown. Then it goes to Scott over at the Blue Light Turner's workshop. Then it goes to Sneaks Wall Art. Then it goes to Kez over at Spirit and Bear. Then it goes to Al's Hack Shack. Then Brian over at Heartwood Turning. Then Steve SK Crafts. Then Nicole Duke. Then Andy from AH Bespoke. Then Tim at the Urban Forge. Then Wayne the Wood Turner. Then Stay Snakes. Then Franco Noche. He's going to be doing some cooking. Then Daryl at Dreadnought Woodshop. Then Mr. Jake Thompson. And the show finishes up at 2 a.m. UK time, or 5 to 6 Pacific, or 8 to 9 Eastern with Mr. Cole Jacobson. That will be the following day in the UK. So that's a day of 16 different makers and creators.
Correct me if I'm wrong. The Urban Forge, was that the guy who was on one of his first... Oh.
It's okay, it's okay.
Good. One of his first lives, or his first live on the last craft day.
Yes, he made a rose, yeah.
Yeah, that was fantastic. I'm looking forward to seeing what he's done now. He's had a bit of time to play with live streaming. But it's just a great demonstration, that.
Mike Lang says make a palooza. Darren says, but what are they making? I have no idea, Darren. I tell people they've got an hour and give them their full creative freedom to. Actually, I say I do it. Me, Dale, and Carl give them an hour and give them full creative freedom to let them make whatever they want. And we show up, and we don't even know what they're going to be making, so it's kind of a surprise for us as well.
You know, when I do that with tissue, nothing stays in. Granted, I'm using a slight. I'm looking to try. I should probably think about some sort of bung.
Possibly.
One of those little cars. One of those little cars that Scott produced last night might be in order.
Oh dear. I don't know if you noticed I had to mute for a while in reaction to the emoji you found there, Dale. On the money.
It's always good to see YouTube sort of giving us creative opportunities.
Oh, again.
Coming up to 1:45, Wayne.
No bother. Let's quickly get this lid finished off, then all I've got to do is part the box part of it off.
No.
No. What was that?
For Wayne, for your observational delectation, young Mr. Page has posted, the Reverend Page has posted an emoji for Di's delectation, which looks a bit like, a
aubergine.
An aubergine. Is there something you need to share?
As out of touch as I'm as out of touch as I am with the world of emojis and the like. Even I know the connotations behind that one. Somehow, Scott told me.
Scott told you. Scott, can you enlighten us, please?
He said it's something he learned.
Or should we?
Brighton.
Or should we press? In which case, we don't want to know. I feel I may have to ban people if they continue with this train of thought. Probably me.
It's more of a conversation for after dark.
Is it? Not sure I want to.
Where's Shug when you need him?
Brian. A boy called Brian. I am going to have a ham sandwich. Technically a ham sandwich in morning. A ham cheese morning roll. Which I think is deeply appropriate. Don't tell Sun-Yi, but I managed to have a piece of millionaire shortbread in the coffee shop tomorrow.
So I didn't convince you to buy it.
I did tell her that it was your idea, Jimmy.
Damn it.
Do they make glow-in-the-dark aubergines? Darren is inquiring.
I'm sure Mr. Jake Thompson could fill an order for you if needs be.
Right.
Can I ask a random question, Wayne?
Yep.
Is there a particular type of wood shavings you like to burn in your burner?
No.
Because of the aroma or smell or some such?
No. Remember the wood burner's enclosed, so there's not really a lot of smell comes out.
Ah, okay.
I'm just going to quickly sand them of that box.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just remember to put the drawbar onto the chuck so it doesn't come out.
I'd have to Google that, Jamie.
So the pineapple is a symbol of hospitality, prosperity, friendship, and diplomacy.
Right.
But
Miserably clear, is it?
it could also mean that you're a swinger.
Oh, I see.
Jungle VIP.
Exactly. Hello, Ruby.
Hiya, Ruby.
The wood dude is in.
All right, then. Put the lid back onto that.
Chris does put a banana and says, here is another one.
Right, get all the grain lined up. Change camera. And there we are. One little box.
That's lovely.
Out of Laburnum with the grain lining up all the way around.
Very nice, mate. You could turn it into a pin cushion as well, couldn't you?
You could turn this into a pin cushion. You could stick some foam on the top for sticking the pins in, and you could actually use the wee box for needles and things. In fact, I might just give this to Jane so she can do that. So there we go. Nice little, fairly quick. That was what, about 45 minutes in between stops. Fairly quick. Something that does sell. Boxes always sell well. Right, to bring the guys back in.
Someone says, cool little box, love the size and design.
Thank you.
And Benjamin says, that would be a good box for storing your Welsh cake.
Nah, they don't last long enough to get stored.
That's true.
You could steal some stolen and put the stolen inside the little box.
You could steal some stolen and put the stolen inside the little stolen box.
But that might be stealing the stolen. So anyway, right now.
Thanks very much for all
the stolen inside it.
All the comments.
I'm not sure. I can't get used to this die looking at the camera thing. It's just very spooky. Normally, I spend the entire time looking at one side of his head.
Oh, sorry. Is this?
When he's doing something? Yeah. It's usually when he's doing something with his hands and you can't tell what he's doing.
Yeah.
It gets very worrying.
Well, it's been this for the last few days, hasn't it? Where are we?
It was eating last night.
Oh, that was a front-on view of the meeting. That was very worrying.
Aubergines he was having.
Right, guys. I'm going to call it a day there. Remember, Steve's on tonight at 7:45. I believe Nick is on tonight doing his last live at 8 o'clock. Tomorrow we've got the virtual crafty starting at 10 a.m. with JP running all the way through to finishing off with Carl. And that finishes
in an hour.
Sorry?
I'm only doing an hour.
Well, you didn't know it was finished, did you? Bloody typical jumping in. Anyway, finishing off with Carl at 1 o'clock. That goes on till 2. Sunday, not very sure what's happening Sunday. Jamie will have a premiere out. I've got a premiere out. Jake has got a premiere out. Hand up.
I was going to say, Andy said Jamie's music is better than this.
Yeah, but what does he know?
Only just.
See, that's one of the reasons he got abandoned at the Riverside many years ago, because he doesn't know what he's talking about when it comes to music.
back in all them years ago, he couldn't talk. You didn't give him a chance.
Right, I'm going to hit the button. I'm going to pop into the house and get changed and wait for Jane coming back from lunch. Then I'm heading up the road to see Dale and Andy. And well, sorry, Sinyi, Dale and Andy. And hopefully see you all tomorrow.
Cool.
Bye for now.
See ya.
See you